Hello there and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at these alternative bricks and how I've designed this display case. As last time I showed it to you, I put a clip on screen now. It was very different to how you're seeing it, and I have topped it with the Lego bricks that I said I would in my first video, but I'll get onto that in a minute. I've just noticed that I've got this astronaut spacesuit from yesterday's video, and if you're wondering why I picked this up off Bricklink, it's because there is a rumoured Halloween, well, it's not even rumoured anymore. LEGO uploaded instructions to a Halloween fun pack that will be October's gift with purchase, and it comes with the purple helmet for the classic space line. Now, I have the torso from a minifigure series figure. Not too long ago, it did come with an alien head, so I will be ordering all the other parts I need and making it, which will be a nice addition to my collection of classic space figures. But moving that aside and clearing all the pick-a-brick bags that I should have cleared already, but perhaps I'll get onto them at some point, you can see just how big this display is, as it is about 2.5 hands on the diagonal and spans 48 studs to the back and goes up about 23 bricks, and then you've got the plate on top. So it is quite a big display stand, and you wouldn't believe it if I told you that this cost me about 10, all in all about £15 when you add the price of the Lego plates on top. And for any of you with very keen eyes that have spotted that this is an odd amount of studs, I have used these 1x2 black plates on the side just to create the flush top. And I will be duplicating this again on the right here. I decided it was better to build 2 display stands than the one, and perhaps I can even split them and have them displayed up each side of this Calyx unit. But this space in the middle, I definitely want to leave empty and create some awesome mocks in there. And I still have the odd ship that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. Perhaps I'll move this to my display shelf. And this is one of my favourite sets, purely for the reason that it is minifigure scale. And Lego don't tend to make minifigure scale ships. However, on screen, I put up a picture of this year's advent calendar, more importantly, the STAP that is minifigure scale. And it equates to 24 plates in Lego according to my own minifigure scaling system. I have covered it before. If you want a video detailing how I create my ship's minifigure scale, then let me know in the comments and I'll be to create a whole video dedicated to it. But this STAP is minifigure scale, and it's so great to see, especially with a new battle pack on the horizon for January. Hopefully we get the exact same build, as I'm not too keen on the oversized models that are usually included in battle packs. But if you've already subscribed to the channel, you already know that. If not, hit subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. But you can see with these Stormtrooper figures here that the minifigures are able to zigzag in and out, and even putting a figure in front. However, I'll have to see when the figures are up. That'll be a future video when I've got both displays ready. But let me know in the comments what you think. Should I display them like this, or should I have them tightly squeezed like so, where you can at least see the heads and the helmets? So what do you think? Tightly squeezed or nice and separated? But to build this display that trooper clearly didn't want to be on, I just bought a load of 16x2 plates, which are Lego. You can see if I take one out of the packet, it does have the Lego stamps on each of the studs if the camera wants to focus. And this is just to ensure that the bottom of my minifigures do not crack due to the different size studs of these alternative bricks. And I know many people don't trust Lego enough that they also have their minifigures standing on a few different panels or just resting on a tile. However, I trust Lego enough to have got their dimensions correct enough that it won't harm my minifigures, and I'm not going to be putting them on and taking them off every couple of weeks, besides the figures that I perhaps use in the mocks. So for the most part, they are just going to be standing on here forever, and that means that I'm comfortable with them being plated down, so that if I shake the unit or knock them at all, they don't all come falling down the staircase and end up on the floor. But you may notice all the colours at the front. These are the 1x1 bricks that I've made use of, not only up the front, but also at the side. I'll put a picture on screen now. I've used all the grey and black 1x1 studs to just support it in the middle or at the edge of the stand. And even in the middle at the back, I used some 2x3 bricks. And up the side, you can see on screen now that I've used the 2x4, and as we got to the top I run out of 2x4. From this angle you can't tell, but there are some 2x2s partnered up with the same colour, just to give it the same effect that it has at the bottom. But as I said, later on in this week I will be adventuring to get another pack of these. As for a tenner, this is really worth your money, and I think they were saying like £12 in-home bargains. And I also have all these bricks left over, and you can see most of them on top here are the 2x4s. I didn't really have a chance to use them. I think I used about 6 up the side, and I used 1 towards the back somewhere just to support all the different supporting this display. But I do have this cup full of bricks that perhaps I can put to use somewhere else, or even use them to support my other display, as I'm not sure quite yet that the same amount of bricks will be coming in both boxes. However, I'll do another video when I build the other half of the display, and will also be uploading when I've got my minifigures on there, just to show them off to you. But before this video wraps up, I did say a few videos ago that I'd show off some of my ships in a future video. So taking a spotlight for a second is my custom slave one. Perhaps if I move the camera back a bit, you'll be able to see it a bit more clearer, and you can just see how I've used these random blue and yellow pieces to give it the accents, as well as reusing all the green pieces from the original set and the smaller Boba fire sprays, just to give it a look of the slave one. And it does come out a bit bricky around here, where I did have to take it apart just to get a few of the different pieces in and just reshape the bottom to how I think it should be. However, I think using the pieces that I haven't made it look too bad, and this will be a nice addition to display alongside my custom Kenobi Starfighter, that the instructions are up, and hopefully again I can get that membership running so you can get all of them in the one place for much cheaper. But another ship that I've got is this skiff from Return of the Jedi, and you can see all of my custom Star Wars characters that I've created for this scene. And I was going to turn it into some sort of diorama, and perhaps I still will. However, because it's a scene where they're floating over the Sarlacc, it's going to be pretty much a sandy base with a Sarlacc in it. So the ship itself is good enough to display. And you might have already seen it in all my other display videos. And I've definitely mentioned all these figures before, with the Boba using the custom arm prints from Firestar Toys. And also many of these minifigures having parts that I've bought from Firestar, especially this Lando, as I still do not own a LEGO Lando figure. And if you watch my most recent Dark Trooper Attack diorama set, you'll recognise this Luke, as I've just removed the hood, the cape, and added the hairpiece that we should have got with the set to make him into the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. So feel free to let me know what you think of them ships down in the comments. And of course, if you want to build a cheaper display than buying all the bricks from LEGO, perhaps these are the alternative bricks for you. Stay tuned for my update when I get the next box of bricks. And between then, I have so many other videos that I can't wait to make and release for you, especially regarding the LEGO Venator. May the bricks be with you always.